Hey everyone, Jojen here, and today we are looking at another interesting keyboard Kickstarter from Epomaker, the AK84. Quick note before we start, Epomaker sent this keyboard to me for review, but the opinions here are mine. This is not a paid review, and I do not use affiliate links to avoid conflicts of interest. Also, the version that I have here is the optical plastic version with an aluminum plate. It will have similarities with the more expensive aluminum and acrylic versions, but there will also be differences since case and plate materials affect the typing experience a lot. This keyboard will be on pre-order, and since details may change, I'll have a pinned comment with the link to the Kickstarter page and the date of the pre-order period. The unit that I have is also a prototype. As I have seen in previous projects from Epomaker, some things can still change based on customer feedback. I am unboxing the prototype packaging, so you may get something different. If you decide to back this project, I encourage you to join their Discord to provide feedback and make sure that you track the Kickstarter page because some details may change. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's have a quick overview of the AK84. The AK84 is a 75% dual mode, Hotswap, north-facing keyboard that can have mechanical or optical switches. There are three case choices. First is the more affordable plastic plus aluminum case that I have here. Price starts at $70 for the optical version and goes up to $90 for the mechanical one. The more expensive cases are made of full aluminum and acrylic, priced at $189. There is a bare bones kit for $180, but with all the things that you are getting for an additional $10, I recommend going for the $190 package. Going to the design and layout of the keyboard, it has a very simple and straightforward design. Keeping in mind that this is a keyboard that is priced at $80, the case that you get here is a step above the usual full plastic cases at this price range. The aluminum plate wraps around the top of the case with the plastic bottom curving as you go down. It gives the keyboard heft and a more premium feel, though I'm not sure how resistant to scratches this aluminum plate will be. The recessed USB Type-C socket is on the left. At the back, you get 4 rubber feet and adjustable feet as well. Note that the adjustable feet will not be on the acrylic and aluminum cases. An improvement over previous Epomaker keyboards is the presence of a power button at the back. Going to the keycaps, based on the current page, you should get 2 keycap sets. First is either an ABS keycap set or the GK1, which I have here. This is Epomaker's own profile, and I like this on the GK96 when it was released. It is relatively flat and there are scoops that make typing on it really comfortable. These are made of PBT and feel really nice in the hand. The only issue that I have here is that the legends could use a bit of tidying up. Some texts are too close to the edges, and I hope that they used a different font for this. However, that is preference. You may like this design. The GK2 keycap, which you will be receiving a random colorway of, is the interesting one. Watch this. See, I'm not sure what's happening here, to be honest. The site says that these keycaps are the first ever to be made of textured silicone. It seems like you have a plastic piece that you attach to the switch. Then you have a silicone sleeve that you put on top of it. I'm not sure how these would feel, but I am definitely interested. Going to the typing feel and sound, Epomaker has another surprise here. These are their own chocolate switches, which are available both as optical and mechanical switches. And I didn't see any mention of this on the page, but the switches are actually silent. The ones that I got are the optical red linears, and here's a quick sound test. The bottom mount is cushioned, so it feels soft, but it may be too soft for some. To me, it's just fine. It's smooth and lubing it will definitely make it smoother and quieter, but for this one, I don't think that's necessary. The stabs are also improved. They are sitting tight on the plate and there is minimal rattle on the mods, but the spacebar is still loud. Since the keyboard is Hotswap, you can take out the switches and the stabilizers and mod them. Plate mount stabs are okay for budget keyboards, but I see this being an issue for the alu and acrylic versions. Keyboards at that price point mostly have screw-in stabs that generally sound and feel better. The keyboard is also north-facing, meaning you will have interference if you want to try on cherry profile keycaps like GMK. Again, this will be an issue for the more expensive kits. For the layout, this one is a 75% layout, which is popular for entry-level keyboards. You save desk space because you don't have a numpad, and the navigation cluster on the right is compressed. However, you still have access to your function rows, making this layout very accessible for a lot of users. Going to the other functionalities, there is a 4000 mAh battery, which is quite large and should last you for quite a while. You can use the Epomaker software for this keyboard to change key binding and lighting effects, but as I have mentioned before, the software is a bit complicated to use and may require a bit of time to learn. The keyboard is also compatible for both Mac and Windows. Now, let's go to the summary and competition. First, going to the optical options at $70 and $80, I think you get a lot of value with these options. Aluminum frame, Bluetooth, and Hotswap at that price is a great deal, though the issue here is the optical switches. There are not that many optical switches in the market, so if you want to experiment with switches, the play is to go for the $90 mechanical switch version. The competition for that is the Keychron K2 Hotswap, which goes on sale for around $100. It also has an aluminum frame, Hotswap, and Bluetooth compatibility, so there's a lot of similarities there. So I think that decision will go down to which design you like better. Next question is, do I think that the $190 options are worth it? That's a tough one. If you're willing to spend this much for a keyboard, my guess is you want to dive deeper into the hobby. If that is the case, then the AK84 will have some big drawbacks. First is the north-facing PCB, which will stop you from using cherry profile keycaps like GMK or Enjoy PBT. The second concern is the use of plate mount stabs, which is outclassed by screw-in stabs at this price point. However, this is the only Bluetooth, full aluminum, or acrylic keyboard that I know of at this price point. If wireless is a non-negotiable for you, this is a good option. However, if you are looking for other options, here are some choices. If you like the 75% layout, then the GMMK Pro is a good option, but it is $170 without keycaps or switches. So it is a bit more expensive and can go up to $230 or $250 when built. You can see my review of the GMMK Pro here. If you are looking for a better typing experience below $200, then my advice to you would be to check out one of the many polycarbonate custom keyboards that are currently in the market. The KBD67 Lite goes for $109, the Portico goes for $120, and the AK68 goes for around $130. They will have limited availability, and differentiating all these options can be an entire video on its own, so I'll be linking some of my videos to these as well. These should be around the same price as the AK84 once you buy some switches and keycaps. So in summary, I think the plastic case AK84 is a good budget keyboard overall, and it is definitely worth your consideration. However, I have some big concerns about the aluminum and acrylic versions, since there are a lot of options in the market that provide a better typing experience at that price point. And that is it for this one. If you liked the video, please do consider subscribing, and I hope I have helped you in deciding whether this is the keyboard for you. See you on the next one. Bye!